and it is established in them. لا يؤمنون به وقد خلت سنة الأولين. They don't believe. They don't come to believe when a revelation is sent to them. وقد خلت سنة الأولين. And this example of the ancients have already been gone by. وَلَوْ فَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَابًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَظَلُّوا فِيهِ يَعْرُجُونَ. And had we opened out to them a gate in the heaven, and they went on ascending into it, لَقَالُوا, that is, if they were shown this miracle, لَقَالُوا إِنَّمَا سُكِّرَتْ أَبْصَارُنَا. They will definitely say that our sights have been intoxicated, our eyes have been intoxicated. بَلْ نَحْنُ قَوْمٌ مُسْحُورُونَ. We have been bewitched. Sorcery has been done to us, magic has been done to us. It was not a real miracle. Had we shown them all the miracles they demanded, they would say this. قالوا إنما سكرت أبصارنا بل نحن قوم مسحورون ولقد جعلنا في السماء بروجا وزيناها للناظرين. And certainly we have set in the heaven constellations and adorned it for the beholders. The sky, how beautiful it looks, So many candles burning, so many lamps of different intensity. وَحَفِظْنَاهَا مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْطَانٍ رَجِيمٍ. And we have guarded it from every accursed Satan. إِلَّا مَنِ اسْتَرَقَ السَّمْعَ. Except whosoever steals some hearing from them. فَأَتْبَعَهُ شِهَابٌ مُبِينٌ. He is pursued by a manifest flame. وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا وَأَلْقَيْنَا فِيهَا رَوَاسِيَ وَأَنبَتْنَا فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مَوْزُونٍ. And the earth we have stretched it, and we have put down in it the mountains. وَأَنبَتْنَا فِيهَا. And we have made grown and vegetations. مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مَوْزُونٍ. All the things which grow, but in proper proportions. This all with proper proportions. These biologists tell us that there can be a special fish. If all the eggs it lays, if they, grow into fishes, then in a few years, it will be more than the whole volume of this world. So Allah is controlling. This birth control is being exercised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over all of the animals. They are controlled. Their number doesn't increase. It remains where it is. So whatever we grow in this land, it is all in proper proportions. Shayin mawzoon. وَجَعَلْنَا لَكُمْ فِيهَا مَعِيشٍ. And we have created for you in this various forms of livelihoods. وَمَنْ لَسْتُمْ لَهُ بِرَازِقِينَ. And also for those whom you are not providing. So many animals, so many creatures, we are providing for them all. Could you provide for them all? وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا عِندَنَا خَزَائِنُهُ. There is nothing, but we have all the treasures of these things, vast treasures. وَمَا نُنَزِّلُهُ إِلَّا بِقَدْرٍ مَعْلُومٍ. But we don't send it down, but according to known measure. Everything is coming down. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if He has very big storehouses, very vast, but He is issuing, with a proper proportion, a proper measure. وَأَرْسَلْنَا الرِّيَاحَ لَوَاقِحَ. And we send the winds fertilizing. Now this is the thing, which we have come to know today. The pollen grains, the winds carry them far and wide places. And these go to fertilize, the plants, and then the vegetation is going on. Lawaqiha. The fertilizing winds. وَأَرْسَلْنَا الرِّيَاحَ لَوَاقِحَ فَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً. And then we send down from the heaven water. فَاسْقَيْنَاكُمُوهُ. And we have given it to you to drink. وَمَا أَنْتُمْ لَهُ بِخَازِنِينَ. And you cannot afford to store it. How can you store the water for the whole of the world? What do you mean? If you look to the mountains, the high mountains, all covered with snow, billions and billions and billions and trillions tons of snow on the mountains. What are these? for this whole of the earth, they are the overhead tanks. Only water has been, solidified. And the sun melts them, melts the snow. They are coming through the rivulets in the mountains, then to the rivers, underground channels going on. This is the water cycle. Again from the ocean, there are vapors going up, and then they are carried by the clouds. And again, it is either raining in the form of a rain or snowing there. And again, that overhead tanks are again replenished for the next season. So this water cycle and these mountains actually, they are overhead tanks for all this world. Continuous supply of water coming over there. You couldn't do it. You couldn't store this much water. You couldn't devise any means of storing this much water and continuing this circulation of water throughout the world. وَإِنَّا لَنَحْنُ نُحْيِي وَنُمِيتُ وَنَحْنُ الْوَارِثُونَ. And verily, we are who give the life, and we are who put to death, and we are the inheritors. Everything will remain for us. Passing hands from one person to another, from one generation to other, from the other to the next. But in the end, who is the inheritor of all? Nahnul Warisun. Everything will remain with us. وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْنَا الْمُسْتَقْدِمِينَ مِنْكُمْ وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْنَا الْمُسْتَأْخِرِينَ. And we very well know who amongst you will come forward and, accept this faith and dawah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And those who will remain behind, lingering, not accepting easily. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ يَحْشُرُهُمْ. And finally, your Lord will gather them all. The mustaqdimeen and the mustakhirin, all will be gathered. إِنَّهُ حَكِيمٌ عَلِيمٌ. Definitely and verily and certainly, He is all-wise, all-knowing. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ مِنْ حَمَإٍ مَسْنُونٍ. Now look to this term, so heavy a term. Although Qur'an is fi Arabiyyin mubin, very easy. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made this Qur'an easy to get the reminding and the admonition. But here you find a very heavy term, صَلْصَالٍ مِّنْ حَمَإٍ مَسْنُونٍ. What is salsal? When clay, it hardens and it is dry, it becomes, ringing and sounding. Khanakna, which we call in Urdu. Hamay Masnoon,